Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Well, it is Friday morning here. I'm about to head out to go ship some ballot buying boxes and go by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce over north of Dallas. But as I was getting up this morning and reading my messages and all, I had a message from a subscriber that I've befriended that sent me some information, and I got on up and looked it up here, and I just thought I would share it to all of you. And it's news out of the Philippines, and it's on the special retirement visa, the special retirees resident visa. And apparently they have suspended at this time. It's been suspended from any issuance from any branch, the main branch or any satellite branches. So I'm just going to read this to you. Now, the article I'm on right now is on CNN Philippines, and it's on many websites out there right now. Just put in, the keywords like SRRV Suspended Philippines. You're going to get the article. I trust you. And just take a second and look at it. But I'm going to give you my take on this. This is my opinion only. This is just my personal opinion only. I'm not behind any policy they made. I'm just sharing only my opinion, my take of being in and out of the Philippines for the past 15 years and the changes that I've been seeing go on that actually I haven't liked, and that what they're doing may actually help. So it starts out right here. This is on CNN Philippines. Government suspends issuance of foreign retirement visa. And it states here, Metro Manila, the Philippine Retirement Agency, PRA, has suspended the processing of the Special Retirees Resident Visa to foreign nationals pending policy amendments. The attached agency of the Tourism Department has released a statement on Friday saying that it will review some of the details of its program, which includes allowing foreigners as young as 35-year-olds to come to the country as retirees. I just spoke of that in a video just here recently. The Philippines is one of the few countries in the world that has that low of an age limit for retirees. And I've always kind of questioned that. You might get your occasional young person that ended up with a trust fund, trust fund babies, or all of a sudden got wealthy at a young age, maybe hit it big out there, and who knows, programming or something like that. It happens. Young people hit it good sometimes, but those people usually want to continue on. That if they hit something good, they're going to continue on with it, like Elon Musk. He hit it young and went from nothing to something, and now look at him. So it kind of leaves like, why would someone 35-year-old be there retiring? So it says, the board directed by the PRA to review its policies on the minimum age and dollar deposit requirements and the conversion of these deposits into allowable investments. The statement read, it said the PRA has been accepting retirees that are at least 35-year-old since 1993, pursuant to its current policy. Senators recently questioned the 35-year-old minimum age retiree for the SRRV visa holders. They also raised the influx of young Chinese retirees who claim that they work in the Philippine offshore gaming operators, which is just crashing right now. China, that's POGO as they call it. That Philippine offshore gaming operators. Man, they've had big condos leased out, buildings and office space everywhere, and they were running this offshore gaming, which is illegal to gamble in China. China's really cracking down. People don't have the money now in China to gamble, and what money there is there in China right now to gamble, the Chinese don't want that money leaving there. So it's left that industry crashing as well, and a whole bunch of those buildings have just become vacated and empty, and it's causing a mess. So course, the system was being abused. Is what it looks like to me. It was being abused, and I see other ways there's abuse too. I'll go into that in a minute. So the Department of Tourism released the breakdown of the 68,215 lifetime retirement visa holders from 1985 to 2019. And the top retirement visa holders, I'm not going to give these specific numbers, you can go on here and read it. The top is the Chinese. The second is the Korean, and the Chinese over doubling the amount of the Koreans. Next is the Indians. Next is Taiwanese, then Japanese, and then all the others combined together from around the globe still was less than half of just what the Chinese were. So even including the United States, Canada, all your Western nations, down under, any and everywhere, if you combine those together, still came only to less than half of just what the Chinese were. And so we'll go on here. The Tourism Secretary and PRA Board Chairperson also directed the PRA to implement a program to regularly monitor the profile and activities of active SRRV holders in partnership with the government agencies such as the Bureau of Immigration, Department of Justice, and the Department of Labor and Employment. The Special Retirees Resident Visa is a non-immigrant visa for foreign nationals who would want to make the Philippines their second home or as an investment destination. And it says the PRA board will reconvene on November 6th to tackle the policy reforms. So this doesn't mean that it's over with. My friend that sent it to me, and his opinion, I could tell at first shock to him, was that it's all over with. It's done. It's done forever. No, they're adjusting the policies and they're stopping it. They're hitting the pause button and using this time to straighten up some issues. I haven't read the rest of the articles yet. I heard him. He wrote me that they're wanting, to put up like $75,000, that could be put into investment or be held to get us this SRRV retirement, visa here. Well, we'll see. That might just be someone's opinion. I haven't read that yet, but let me give you my take on something. It is being overrun over there right now by Chinese and also Koreans, and then you have all of these Indians doing these loan, like loan sharks, that they are literally in every neighborhood all throughout the Philippines with their mean, hard, aggressive faces, loaning these poor people money on a very high interest rate. How's that money even being taxed? And I guarantee you that these are some of them that are in there on these visas, that they're in there roaming around on these visas, running probably illegal activities, and this is what happens. This is what happens. The system's being abused, and they've got to do something to fix the abuse. I would like to see them get rid of those illegal Chinese, Indian lenders. I'm sure that they're wanting to see some of the resorts and stuff taken back by Filipinos, not all Koreans. I have nothing against Koreans. I have nothing against Indians. I have nothing really against Chinese. It's everybody's trying to make it in this world. We all have a right to be in this world, but each area, each government has their right to control things the way they want to, and apparently they see a problem. I see that problem there too as a foreigner myself there. I've seen it change. In my 15 years there, I've seen a lot of change, and it's been shocking to me about the past 3 years of the change that I've seen, maybe 5 years. And it's being abused completely, and it's just running rampant with abuse. So you take some of them right now, they have dumped condos, they've dumped the lease spaces and stuff. They didn't have to put up that much money, be in there with that visa, and then they fled. But when they fled, they left empty buildings. They they didn't have that much skin in the game, and when you don't have that much skin in the game, you can just walk away scot-free. And they've left it a nightmare. It's going to hurt the real estate up in Cebu and some other cities, and Manila mainly. In Manila, it's going to hurt them a lot. Everything has a ripple effect, and it's going to overall hurt the leasing and the investments of condos and buildings greatly there, because there's a big void now. So the new buildings going up have been devalued. Everything's got devalued because of what's happened with them. If they would have had to put more skin in the game to be there with those visas, and you didn't also have such a low age to abuse and get that visa, this wouldn't have happened in such a rapid scale. But I know some of you don't know what else is going on with that. You might want to just do a little research and understand about Pogo, that offshore gaming, and check it all out. There's been a lot of fraud and abuse, and taxes not being paid, and the Philippines has got to do something about it. And why not a better time right now when actually all of these applications are at a low? With everything, with travel stuck and froze, it's the perfect time to adjust these policies. They're picking a good time. At first, I was just like Al when he sent that to me. It's shocking at first. You're like, oh no, something else is falling apart. It's not falling apart. It's being fixed. It's kind of like when your car breaks down. You got it in the shop. Well, your car's already down, so they're working on something, and you're like, you know what? While you're in there, and I already got it here in the shop, can you fix my shocks also? My shocks are bad. And can you check my brakes? And, I've had this funny rattle in my seat that's driving me crazy. Can you see what's wrong with my seat? And you knock out those problems while the vehicle's already down. And that's what they're doing. They're knocking out problems while the vehicle's already down. So don't panic over it. I'm sure they'll fix it, and it'll be back to where it can be used. I guarantee they're not trying to get rid of us. They're trying to get rid of other problems where the system's being abused. So just keep your head cool and don't worry about things. Things will all work out. They're taking care of business. They're cleaning house right now. They're picking the best time to do it. So don't fret. Everything will be okay. As I said yesterday, it's not the end of the world. Just chill. Well, it's a rainy morning. I'm happy to see the rain. I hope it sticks in for days, to tell you the truth. I've got to get out here and load up these heavy boxes. Me and Melinda are going to struggle on that one, and we've got to head out. We got places to be, so I hope you all as well have a wonderful and blessed day.